Today on the vlog.
I'm going to start getting into TV show and movie reviews shortly. So I figure before I do TV shows, especially wrapping up a whole series, I need to talk about the office rule. Now, what this is it's my own rule, and it's basically that everyone who is part of the main cast of characters need to end either going on a new adventure or being in a better place than when they began. Now, why call it the Office rule? There are many other TV shows out there that could take that mantle, but I think there's just something special with the way that The Office ended. To me, coming late into watching the show, it really made me want to go back and watch every single episode to understand how these characters got to the point as they were leaving the show. And it felt like when the show ended that if we were to reunite with the cast 10 years down the road, we would have a strong understanding of where these characters have been, what they've been up to, and that's all part of that and why it's called the Office Rule. So I want to go through these characters really quick just to kind of get at the understanding of why I'm talking about this office rule thing. Daryl, great character, always really funny. You know, he left and you see him at the end of the show being this guy coming out of a limo. I mean, we could read into that a little bit if we wanted to, but let's just take it as he's got some money now, which is fantastic for him, starting off where he did. Erin meets with her parents, which is amazing because she goes through the whole show not knowing who her family was. Kevin ends up owning a bar at the end, and it looks really busy, so great for him. Andy works for his alma mater of Cornell, and he was always passionate about that, so it's great that he was able to end with them. Ryan and Kelly, they run away together. Oscar is going for Senate chair, which is great. Part of his backstory. Creed fakes his own death, and that's just, Creed being Creed. So Phyllis and Meredith kind of are in the same place, but you already had the sense that they were kind of happy where they were. I mean, Meredith no longer has her kid to worry about as much, and seems very proud of him, so I'm sure a lot of burden's taken off of her for that. Toby now lives in New York, and is no longer working with Dunder Mifflin either, so just for the sure fact of that, he looks happy. Stanley retired to Florida. Jim and Pam, they finally leave to go to Philly to be a part of his company. Angela and Dwight, they finally get married, and they're running Schrute Farms, and also he's in charge of the branch, and Michael is just in bliss, as he always is. And so just the way that this show wraps up is just, there's so much warmthness, there's so much happiness, and I don't feel like every single show has to end completely happy. We just need to know that our characters are going in the right places. We can't watch them, as much as we grow attached to these characters. So in order for me to love a show, these shows that I'm going to be reviewing, they have to follow this office rule. So when I do a review, I'm going to make a ruling on whether or not a show is following this office rule, and I'll explain to you why that's still important for this, why it didn't live up to it, and overall, just whether or not if it was a good show or not. So, the Office rule, I came up with it. Maybe it's something different, but you know what? That's my rule. So, until next time, peace be with you.
Do, 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 do.